Hi, my name is Mrs. Feynman and I'm going to talk with you about science. Today we're going to ask the question, what is science? We're going to start by making a web. I'm going to write the word science right here in the middle. And I am going to write words that I think of when I hear the word science. Some of my friends in class wrote the word experiment. One of my friends said the word potions. Sometimes when we think about science, we think about a person in a lab coat that has a stuff in their pocket. So we might think about a lab coat, that's that white coat. We might think of some other things when we think of the word science. Let's listen to the story and see if we come up with any more ideas.
Is Science by Rebecca Ty Dulwich, illustrated by Sachiko Yoshikawa. What is science? So many things. The study of stars and Saturn's rings. The study of rocks, geoids and stones, dinosaur fossils, and old chipped bones. The study of soil, of oil and gas, of sea and sky, of seed and grass, of wind and hurricanes that blow, volcanoes, tornadoes, earthquakes, and snow. What is science? The study of trees, of butterflies and honeybees, glaciers, geysers, clay and sand, mighty mountains and rolling land. The power of trains, of planes that soar. Science is this and so much more. So, into the earth and into the sky, we question the how, the where, when, and why. We question, we wonder, we hunt and explore the secrets of caves, the dark ocean floor. The oldest of rivers, the tombs of kings. What is science? So many things.
So before, we had some ideas about science. We said lab coats, what scientists wear, experiments, and potions. Hopefully after our story, you got some more ideas. Science involves things like weather. Science involves things like the environment. We can study things like trees and rocks and plants. What are some other things that you saw in the story that remind you of science or that are science? Now that you have some ideas about what science is, we're going to start your science notebook. You'll need a notebook. We usually use one without a spiral here at school, but if you have a spiral one, that will work great too. In your science notebook, you're going to be able to write your observations, ideas, questions, answers that you find along the way, and any other notes that you might want to take. Here's how we're going to set up our science notebook. You're going to have features in your science notebook, including, we'll make a title page today. Then we'll turn the page and make a table of contents. This is where we write the titles of our different pages and what page they're on so that we can turn to them easily. We'll number our pages so that we can get to them quickly. And we'll make sure that every time we start a new topic, we're going to go to a new page. There are lots of pages in our science notebook, and we can start with a clean page each time. Here's how we're going to do it. Open your science notebook to the front page. Here is where you can make your very own title page. Mine is going to say Mrs. Fiman's Science Notebook. The title page is really important on mine because my notebook is black and it's hard to write on the cover. Then I'm going to turn the page and I'm going to label this page Table of Contents. I'm going to use 2 lines and make it nice and big. Table of Contents. You can check your spelling with mine. Table of Contents. Contents. Now that I have my table of contents, I will start, every time I start a new page, I'm going to give it a title. And in order to start, we are going to make our first page today. You are going to use today's date. Today's date is November 1st for me. I'm going to put that over here in the corner. And then in the middle, I'm going to write, what is science? Question mark. And we are going to make a web just like we made at the beginning of this video. I'm going to write science right here in the middle and put a circle around it. Then I am going to make at least 5 branches off of my science, and I'm going to say what science is. I still like the word experiment, so I'm going to put that on there. In first grade, we don't have to spell it perfectly. We just take our word, experiments, and we stretch it out. Experiments. Do the very best that you can. I also love studying the weather, so I'm going to put weather here on mine. Some other things that I like about science is the study of the environment. And right now, during COVID, I think it's pretty important that science studies medicine and also illnesses or sickness. There are lots and lots of other things that we do in science and that science is all about, and I would love for you to add at least 3 more to my list if you use the same list. I'll give you a minute to do that. You can pause the video here if you need more time. Our next step is going to be to label this page as page 1. Now I'm going to go back to my table of contents and I am going to write, what is science? What is science? If you need to pause to see how it is spelled, you sure can. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to write a number 1 because that's what page I used to write what is science. So now if I'm looking for what is science, I can turn to page 1 and find it. In today's science lesson, we talked about what is science. We listened to a story to figure out if we were not thinking about all of the things that science can be and we were missing some. Then we started our science notebook. We added our own cover page. We added our own cover page, which I can't get to. We started our table of contents, and we did our first entry in our notebook. What is science? And you made your own web about what is science. Hopefully when you were finished, you put a number on the page and you added it to your table of contents. Pages are hard to turn. Tomorrow, join us again for science, and we're going to talk about what is a scientist?